Hey everybody, Roger here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I want to talk to you guys today about this coronavirus outbreak, this scare, everything that's happening right now. Uh, for those of you who don't know, I'm currently traveling from Colorado to Washington to visit family, and I guess I came at the wrong or right time, however you want to look at it. On the plus side, uh, hotel stays and seems to me gas is cheaper, but again, I've only driven this car cross country, once or twice. I've driven it from Spokane to Colorado quite a bit of times, but you can't really tell with all the mixed terrain in different states. If I can't tell if I'm getting better gas mileage or not, or if the gas is cheaper, whatever. Long story short of it, hotel nights are cheap, so that's a plus. But then you kind of have to weigh um, the current scenario of um, of the world, of the United States at this point, and how it equates to fun and outings with your family and friends and whatnot. And right now it does kind of suck. I mean, I've been able to take my family out to dinners and stuff and lunches, and enjoy their company. I've taken them, my nephew out, uh, and looking at PlayStation games and whatnot. So we did a couple of things, so that was all good. But overall, like right now, what's happening is they have this feeling of, I'm not sure it's paranoia yet. It seems like it is. It's more or less just insanity. Well, I guess they're both closely the same thing. But yeah, it's paranoia and insanity, and it's kind of not worth the time and the energy and the money to come to do vacations at times like this, because it's just, you're wasting it on not really good memories. You're wasting it on some pretty crazy ones. But right now, okay, so let me show you something. This is funny. So over there, I'm not sure if you could see it. Let's see. That's the Starbucks I was just in. I guess, I don't know if you can see it or not. But that's the Starbucks I was just in, and it is it's a grab and go temporary scenario in there, where I was expecting to go in there and do a little bit of work and whatnot, but wasn't able to. It was they said, oh, you can come in here, and we're establishing a grab and go policy where you just grab your food or whatever and then just leave. And I'm like, what? A little weird. But again, it is the coronavirus, and it is we have these orders. It seems like we're kind of stepping into martial law, and it sounds like some people are okay with this, some people are not. I would err on the caution of people being so relaxed that it's possible that the government might extend that, and that they might abuse powers. I hear that there's some states where one governor or mayor or something is making an executive decision to be able to confiscate firearms if she needs to in her community. I'm not sure where that's from, or what state that's in, but I mean, if they're able to go to those bounds, that's insanity. And another thing that I get very concerned about, I don't care how bad this gets, I should be able to go where I want to go. That is one of my rights. This is something that is beyond what government has control over me, unless I break laws. So I should be able to make the choice, whether it's smart or stupid, whether I compromise myself or others and face the repercussions, benefits, or consequences of those things. So I don't see how that's difficult to grasp for anyone. And if the government tries to push that a little further, I mean, outside of legal boundaries, I should say, then I would be very, very cautious about that. I would really rethink what people think of our government and how it has its grip on us. It's not right. It wouldn't be right if it happened. And right now, I will say this. I'm glad that businesses are able to stay open. I am in Spokane, Washington right now, and I am I'm at the Starbucks, and they didn't refuse service. They weren't forced by the government to shut down or anything. But if it gets to that point, I mean, like, how are they? What's compensation, or what are remedial processes that the government is able to spur up, that helps these businesses who are losing revenue, have to temporarily lay off employees, have to fire employees? might go out of business, etc., etc., etc. I think right now real estate is also becoming an issue. There's going to be some orders where people will not be able to be evicted in certain areas as well. Not in Washington, I don't think, but in other areas. And I'm like, that does affect business owners. That affects people who own these buildings. I mean, if they're not going to be able to get, if those people that inhabit those residences are not able to work, and then they can't pay their rent, what happens there? And the other thing is too, mortgages. I mean, that's it's insane what could possibly happen. All these things. Also too, apparently toilet paper in this area is out everywhere in Spokane. We've gone to a lot of places, and thankfully my sister and brother-in-law and my nephews are all stocked up and whatnot, so they're good. But we were trying to get a little bit more, and they're monitoring them in every store. They said just one, and then there was this one lady who apparently gave one to each one of her kids or something, and he's like, nope, you can't do that. It's just one per people all together. So it's pretty mad here. I mean, you can't go into a store right now and find any sort of paper products. Even paper towels are pretty much non-existent at this point. That's pretty insane. And there are a lot of people starting to wear masks and stuff. It's pretty interesting times that we're in right now. And for me to be traveling in it, just so you know, you guys, I've taken all precautions. I have my own blend of thieves oil that I've made, and I have a lot more than this. I have like a pretty big bottle that will last me a trip. I'm going to be out for a couple of weeks here, on vacation, and I don't want to get my family sick. I don't want to get anybody else sick, and I'm not sick. I hardly, knock on wood, I mean, anything can happen. But up to this point right now in my life, right here where I'm sitting in this car talking on this video, it's been a very long time since I've gotten sick. I keep myself very healthy. Again, I know that's not the end all of everything, or the 100% foolproof whatnot item, but I take very good care of myself. I just got off of a body detox. I was doing an niacin cleanse for about 25 days in half of January, half of February. So, my body is in tip-top shape right now as far as health-wise. I breathe a lot better, things of that nature. So, and it seems like would anybody even trust an Iranian or a foreign vaccine at this point? I mean, again, these trials, in the past, people who have been subject to some of these immunizations, a lot of them have been killed because some of these immunizations were actually bad for some of these people in their biological chemistry. So if it becomes mandatory to take these, I am not going to take them. I will not. I mean, history repeats itself. This could be another form of eradication. Who knows? I mean, all these theories are out there. It could have been a natural issue that happened, but again, it all started in Wuhan, and this is not racist to say. What's racist is when you have hate in your heart for a certain group of people, ethnicity, or whatever. Or race, really. I mean, that's racism right there. If you just acknowledge where things originate from and you adapt a name to it, which you've seen on MSNBC, CNN, Fox, and all these other places, all these media establishments, they've already been caught saying the Wuhan virus. They've already been caught saying the Chinese virus. And now they're turning it back on us and saying that we're racist if we use it, but yet you guys did it already. Your definition of racism, everything in this day and age is exaggerated. That is not racism. It's acknowledging where it came from, and you're pinpointing it with the city or town or whatever that this virus came from. So screw yourself with that information there. It's bullshit. So, and I apologize for the cuss word. But yeah, I mean, it's I want the freedom to do what I want. I will say this: I enjoy Spokane. I love it. This place is beautiful, and it's sad that I'll show you a little video here. This is what's going on here. I mean, nobody on this street right now is wearing masks, but let's see. Not that I could tell. There were a couple earlier in different spots. But they're I don't see them right here. Businesses again are suffering. It is what it is at this point. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, would you be traveling at times like this? I believe, if you're immunocompromised, or if you have some sort of issue where you're easily where your immune system can't handle it, you should take care to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so you don't get those sick around you. Or if you are one of those people, I mean, if you're somebody who's immunocompromised, us as people who probably have healthier biology should do our best to take care of ourselves. Now, my brother-in-law, he was a recipient of a kidney a couple years back, so he's already had a compromised immune system for at least 12-15 years now. So I'm taking extreme precautions, taking care of myself. Be careful about the antibacterial hand sanitizers and stuff, because that actually weakens your immune system over time. It destroys the natural little microbiome whatever in your hands. Again, look at me, I'm telling you what to do. Again, I'm not a doctor or anything, but from what I've read, from what I've heard, and from what I've seen, it does weaken your immune system overall. Eventually it kills the natural occurring microbes that would fight any sort of things around your body. Take some, wash your hands with soap and stuff, and wash them thoroughly. Cleanse your body thoroughly. Again, the stuff that I'm taking, this thieves oil, it's a blend that I've made: cinnamon, lemon, rosemary, eucalyptus, and clove. And these are all, I use doTERRA oils, and they're very high quality, and hopefully things are good. I mean, so far I've been out every single day. I've gone to restaurants every single day, except today, Starbucks obviously is now closing. And I don't know where I'm going to go to work. I'm probably just going to see if I can go to a Denny's or something. Not the greatest, healthiest thing, but I mean, I have no choice at this point. I need to go out and get some internet and work. And I could do it at my sister's house, but her son plays some pretty heavy MMORPGs online. So, I mean, it's like the internet's not all that great over there. So I need to make a choice here. So anyways, this is where I'm at. I don't want the government to overstep its boundaries, and everybody blaming Trump for this. No, put the blame where it squarely belongs. Communism. Put the blame where it squarely belongs. China and their horrible system of people not being able to report things like this to the public timely. It took a couple of rogue individuals in China who are no longer alive. I believe one of them is missing, one of them is confirmed dead. And like I said in a tweet a couple months back, I think he was actually killed because he tried to expose this issue. Their fear of reporting and escalating it up to their leaders, and then their leaders saying whether they would be sharing this information to the world or not, is the responsible party. It has nothing to do with Trump. And while Trump and Pence might, in my opinion, not be doing that great of a job on this, I guess they're doing okay. Who cares about the stock markets? They're not that important at this point. What's important is basically getting everything back into order again. Again, this is another reason why I believe open borders. What say you now with all the open borders people when stuff like this happens, and also foreign relations, commerce supporting people, where you don't want to bring the manufacturing jobs back here. What say you now when all of these, and also our drugs are manufactured, the majority of them are manufactured in China. What say you now? What do you think about globalism now? Do you really want to have all of this open border crap? And then you are the same people getting pissed off at me for going into a public place and don't compromise my immune system, yada 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 yada. Which I'm not, but you're the ones preaching that, and you're also the ones preaching that everybody should be able to come into America. You're preaching globalism. You want China to take our jobs. I mean, what is it? What is so backwards in people who think like that? What is so backwards in their brains that they refuse to see the issue here? The issue here is globalization. The issue here is the fact that the majority of our jobs are exported to China. I mean, it's just insane. So what say those people now? You're the ones getting mad at me, but this is all. The majority of it probably is something that you preferred. I'm not going to say you caused it, but it's something that you preferred and you were going for. And now the economy is, going a little weird right now. Some people getting laid off, a lot of people getting laid off. And a lot of people losing, probably going to be losing their homes. A lot of people are going to be hungry for a little while. And a lot of people aren't going to be able to wipe their asses. I mean, it's just how it goes at this point. So, close the borders. I'm glad. I do see that Trump has made some really good decisions in regards to travel. I appreciate them. Again, Trump isn't responsible. It took China over 2 or 3 months or something before they actually came out. And I think it was a whistleblower who was the first one. I don't know the complete story of how it started. Go to some other YouTubers for that. But again, I do understand that it was the communism way of life, the controlling way of life in China that is to blame here. And if you want to go ahead and vote Bernie into office, that's your thing. It doesn't even seem like at this point Joe Biden is that far behind, considering all the things that he said recently in all of the debates. So go ahead and vote for these people who want to expand global tyranny, who want to export all of our jobs, who want to make our wages go down and our quality of living lower by bringing in people who don't want to assimilate. Go ahead and vote that route. Until then, I'm going to enjoy my time here in Spokane. I need to go find a place to work with internet, and we'll see where it goes. I guess I will talk to you all later. All right. Like, hate, share, subscribe, unsubscribe, whatever. I love it all. Look, I can't even say my line anymore. Maybe I do have the Wuhan virus. Peace out.